Welcome to Southern Character. On the official kickoff for Southern Character, my wife Amanda and I walk you through our recommendations for exploring Florida's Forgotten Coast. We are going to cover everything, literally down to what to bring, what not to bring, what to do, where to eat, so that you can focus on enjoying your visit. You can check out the Forgotten Coast stories and more at retiresouthern.com. We hope you enjoy this episode. Thanks for listening. Welcome to Southern Character. I'm your host, James Lewis, and I am so excited to be here. This is the initial podcast of Season 1. I am with my beautiful bride, Amanda Henson, who's going to be joining me throughout this season and hopefully many more to come. We're to kick off the summer talking about an article that we just launched on our new website. Everything's brand new. Our website is retiresouthern.com. Southern Character is a podcast on the website. We have an article on the website about going to St. George Island, First Timer's Guide. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Kids are out of school. Yay! We're getting ready to go to the beach tomorrow. Amanda's in that mindset. She's in that headspace. I wish you all could see our garage right now. It's like a staging area for a construction site. Everything is ready to go. You took a very interesting approach to packing this time around, Amanda. I feel like every time we go somewhere, you get a little bit better. You throw in a new wrinkle. You call an audible. Why don't you tell our listeners today about your new discovery or your new approach? The Kanban approach? The box?
Oh, I feel like with every trip, there's opportunity for growth and improvement, such as life, right? So this time I've realized the last trip we went on, when we went on spring break, I actually forgot a bag.
What'd you forget?
The essentials bag. It was missing the speaker. It was missing
the Bluetooth speaker.
Kind of all of the extra things that we needed because I keep that in the office closet.
And the patty
So that's where everybody keeps their travel bags. So when we came home from spring break, I think that next day I immediately went to Target and was like, this error will never happen again. So I'm really into storage containers and compartments that we can keep things in and then take them out when we're in the rental houses and use them efficiently, but also pack them back in a very clean and organized way. So I'm utilizing more of storage containers with containers inside of them this time.
Right. And I think one of the thoughts here about the storage containers is the storage containers, not only is everything contained because it's a container,
they're stackable.
They're stackable because they have lids. And so when we go to tomorrow there will be a dance. There will be a choreography of moving the staged items to the rear portions of our small aircraft carriers that occupy the driveway. You have a suburban.
I do.
I have a Ford Expedition.
XLT.
That
means it's the big one.
That's the big boy. I've got the big boy. And the reason why we have a big boy and a big girl car is because we have a big boy and big girl blended family.
Yes. 6
children and our 4-legged fur baby, English boxer, Rennie. American boxer.
She's just a boxer.
She's just a boxer. She does not have a British accent.
She does not. It's more Southern.
Who's the British actor that's in every movie? She doesn't sound like Hugh Grant.
No.
She doesn't sound like Hugh Grant.
She's right here with us, though.
But we need extra large cars for our extra large blended family, which we refer to as Team Chaos. And I think regardless of being blended, which we're going to be celebrating our 5th year of blended bliss, which I'm really excited. Hasn't it been blissful?
It's been nothing but bliss.
Yeah, it's been pure heaven. But it's the level of organization, the level of thought that you put into things. Some might think it's because of the blended situation that we have with 2 adults, 6 kids, and a dog. But I think you were like this before we became betrothed.
Actually, it's who I am at my core. I am a 6.
Mm-hmm. A 6 on the Enneagram.
On the Enneagram, I am a 6.
That's a great point. Thank you for you. Actually, it's part of season 1. You know who's going to be a guest on season 1?
I heard my mom.
Yeah, your mom.
The amazing Nan.
Enneagram man. Yeah.
So for
anyway,
me,
let's get back to this.
Yeah. So for me, part of who I am is that I like to be prepared. And for me to alleviate stress, I can do that by being prepared, making lists, pre-planning and packing, and knowing that we have everything that we will need for any situation that could arise.
Right.
No matter what happens, you should see my medical kit that I have. I restocked it. It's amazing. I mean, do you need an ace bandage? I have it. An ice pack, Band-Aids. Do you get bit by something? I have it. Benadryl, Tylenol, all of those things. Butterfly Band-Aids. I have it all. You just never know what's going to happen with 6 kids at any moment in time. Anything can happen. You have to be prepared. It's like the Girl Scout motto.
Right. Okay.
Be prepared.
So as far as your level of preparation, it goes far beyond groceries, toilet paper, paper towels, right? So there's the medical kit. Mm-hmm. Is that in a box? Is that in a stackable box?
It is, and it has a label.
Are all the boxes labeled?
They are.
Okay.
With a chalkboard label, the spices are labeled.
Kanban style.
It's really pretty.
Okay. All right. So there's the medical box for emergencies. There is the kitchen box. Mm-hmm. So we don't bring a toaster, but you've got a frying pan just in case. There's olive oil. There's some spices. What's in the kitchen box? Or is that it? I mean, sorry.
What's not in the kitchen box?
I didn't mean to offend you.
Salt and pepper, all of your basic spices are in there. You have oils, you have sugar, brown sugar, flour, because sometimes we want to bake cookies.
It's true.
Or you want to make a brown sugar flounder. And you say, hey, Amanda, do you happen to have brown sugar? And guess what? I do.
This has happened.
It's true.
This has happened. I actually have asked Amanda, hey, did you happen to bring any brown sugar? Mm-hmm. And of course, the answer was yes. Mm-hmm. It was in the box.
I also have a box of cleaning supplies. So trash bags, different cleaning supplies, sponges,
dishwasher
pods, dishwasher soap,
washing machine soap.
Yes, dish towels, all of those things.
That's ready to go. Mm-hmm. And in addition to that, we have the food.
Oh, do we have the food?
Right. So part of today, and we talked about this in our article about going to St. George. Mm-hmm. So we have a great article on retiresouthern.com. It's called St. George Island, the Forgotten Coast series. And so in that article, we talk about St. George, and we also have another article about Cape San Blas, which are 2 of these magical places that we recently discovered. But I think it's really important, and I think you would agree, these 2 places that we found are wonderful. And you were even saying, we have a lot of friends that are starting to discover St. George too, because like us, they've been going to 30A and Highway 98, whether it's
gotten so crowded,
Destin or Rosemary or
Alice Beach.
Seaside, Watercolor, but it's gotten so crowded. And so just there's so many people, we started to look elsewhere, and we just got lucky with St. George Island because of your mom and dad.
Mm-hmm. But I would say that's probably one of the things that makes traveling there a little tricky is you do have to prepare because like you said, there's not a tree. You can't go there and go to Publix. Like when you go to 30A, you get to your rental house, you go to Publix and you can load up on your groceries.
Right.
You can't really do that. There's the Piggly Wiggly Express, which is lovely, and it really does have a great variety of food, but it's not going to have everything you need. You don't want to do all your grocery shopping there. The prices are a bit higher, so you really need to prepare and bring the majority of your things with you.
Yeah, and I think that's probably if we had one big aha moment or one thing we absolutely wanted to share with anyone that's going to visit either St. George Island or San Blas, it's really there is no full-service grocery store on either island. Sure, there's a mini mart, here and there. Mm-hmm. There's some gas stations, and like you said, Piggly Wiggly Express on St. George is a good filler spot, but you don't want to shop there for the whole week. So this morning we went to Costco. We don't need to tell people how much we spent. I mean, that's gauche, right? I mean, that's not relevant. But I feel like
it ended up being $4 a person a meal.
That when you break it down,
we calculated it down.
Okay, so I have an issue when it comes to like a neuroses about a calculator. I think maybe at least once not in every conversation, but a couple times a day when we're together, would you say it's fair to say, hey, Amanda, can you pull out your calculator? I need you to crunch some numbers.
All the time.
All the time.
Talk about an eye roll.
How hot is that? Not hot.
Might as well just put an Excel in there. Excel spreadsheet.
I do love a good spreadsheet.
You do.
I do love a good spreadsheet. But that was the thing. So it doesn't really matter. It's all relative. Yes, we have 6 kids, so of course we're going to spend more at Costco than a family that has 2 children. But when we got the luncheon meat, the hot dogs, the fruit, the berries, the whatever, bread,
all of the things,
all the steaks and whatever. When you calculate it out to like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 meals a day for 6 kids and 2 adults, it actually turned out to be about $4.33 a meal, which I think is a bargain.
Talk about a budget.
Way to budget.
Pretty proud of myself.
So how do you get a small grocery store from Atlanta to St. George Island, so we're driving to Cape San Blas. So, hey, it's the summertime. Everybody's going to get on the open road. I don't know. I filled up my car this morning. I was like, gas is $4.80 a gallon. But it's still, that's my curmudgeon. Oh, that's gas. It's so expensive. It's a 6+ hour drive to Florida. So what are you doing for refrigeration? How are we keeping all this stuff cool tomorrow?
Coolers,
right.
Coolers.
We even bought an extra cooler at the Costco.
Real excited about that. I was carting that thing around with me like it was a little baby.
It's a little pull behind.
It was so sweet.
It's got a roller.
I was surprised with the capacity of that small cooler, though.
You know what I was surprised by going to Costco this morning? And I think husbands or significant others, it doesn't matter. Let's not be gender specific. You can be a female and hate Costco. You can be a male and hate Costco. I'm a male who doesn't particularly care for the establishment. I know it's your nirvana. It's maybe a little happy place for you. And I'm not here to bring you down. If anything, I want to bring you up. I want to lift you up.
And you did by going to Costco with me this morning.
Well,
and you pushed the buggy.
I got the cart out of the cart barn and I pushed it.
The cart barn.
Yeah. I was pretending like I was a stagecoach driver, like the guy that sits on top of the stagecoach. And you gave me the list and the pen, so I had my responsibilities and I could check things off the list as we got them. But what my discovery this morning about Costco is you and I got there. I don't want to say 1 minute before it opened, but Costco opens at 10 o'clock or 9:30?
I think it might open a little early for some elite members, but typically I think 10 o'clock is when it opens. I guess my point is, we got there like 10:15.
We got there right at opening. Mm-hmm. And normally my experience of Costco, and still, don't get me wrong, people don't know how to drive in Costco. Like you talk about me pushing the buggy around the store, people are on the wrong side of the road. It's like they're in England. It's like there's so many like near miss and head on collisions. It's so frustrating to me. I'm just like, can you just not pretend like you're driving a car and just respect the rules of the road? But one thing I was pleasantly surprised, and I am happy to go back to Costco with you again. I want to go at opening time. At opening time, I felt like there were significant, because like normally we go at like 11 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Bad News Bears. I was dreading it. I didn't even want to go inside. And we went inside. I was like, opening time.
See, I do have to say, sometimes you give me a hard time about my punctuality and wanting to be places at specific times. Like I was at Publix this morning at 7:30.
Hold on. What are you trying to say? Like, are you trying to say I'm not punctual, or are you just saying I shouldn't make fun of your punctuality?
You should not make fun of my punctuality. Fair. Because it has a purpose. By getting there so early, how much more enjoyable was your experience?
I mean, when you put it in terms of Costco, which we're setting the bar pretty low here, that was probably my best experience at Costco ever.
Right. I mean, I went to Publix and I didn't even wait in line.
Yeah.
I just went through the aisles.
Now, how much, keep in mind, I mean, I know we're kicking off summer. This is literally Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. But how much of it do you think, the number of people at Costco this morning on Saturday, do you think that had anything to do with people already being out of town for Memorial Day weekend? Or is that what Costco is typically like when it first opens on Saturday morning?
I would say Saturdays and Sunday. Obviously, the weekend's always going to be more popular at Costco. But I always do believe anytime before a holiday weekend, it's even more crazy because people are having like Memorial Day cookouts. And, they're going to Costco to get like the bulk burger buns and like all of the hot dogs.
We got 2.5 pounds of hamburger meat today.
We sure did.
Yeah, we did. We got
So
like
I
48
think
hot dogs.
before a holiday weekend, it's going to be a little bit more busy.
Yes.
But I do think we had a benefit with the weather this morning. Probably had people not come out. Not everybody was as brave as we were.
Because the thunder rolled, as Garth Brooks
We
would
went
say.
through the elements to get to Costco.
We did. We fought it.
I did.
We fought it hard. And you know, we didn't care. We didn't have rain jackets.
No.
We weren't wearing like head to toe yellow rubbers. You know,
I
like
rolled my
shrimpers
cooler
on
through
a
the
shrimp.
parking lot through
Yeah.
puddles.
Dude,
I mean, I was...
Who got the buggy to the car with the 8,000 pounds of groceries in it? And water and Gatorade are heavy, by the way. So I think this is another key point that we need to bring up about going to St. George and Cape San Blas, which I think it's safe to say we both fully endorse these places. If you want to get away from the Florida crazy, the Florida crowds, this is the Forgotten Coast is the way to do it. But item number one, you got to bring groceries, right? And I think as part of the groceries, and like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you plan a ton. Like normally, I would say on previous trips, you're evolving. You've evolved your packing style. Even though we're still laying out meals, I also think you've evolved your meal display style because you used to make a menu and laminate it because you have a laminator.
Who doesn't? And if you don't, you need one.
But you used to laminate a meal to put on the refrigerator so that the children would know what to expect when expecting.
Huge mistake.
Huge mistake. Why?
Because when you have some children like we have who are very detailed and don't adapt well to change, and you throw an audible and your taco night on Tuesday really moves to Monday, they're all out of sorts.
It's kind of like Rain Man. Like when Wapner's supposed to be on TV, right? It's not that bad. You're shaking your head now.
No, it's just changed isn't easy when something's in print. So now we're going to go with the dry erase method. So I can change it. If we catch a lot of fish and we want to make fish night Monday, and we're going to push Italian night to Thursday, they're not going to know.
I understand that, but I mean specifically, we don't have to call people out. But Jackson and Will are our two very like focused children, and no, like it's like if it says butter noodles for dinner, and we call an audible and throw some fish tacos up there, it's not a full-on meltdown, but it's just like that can be a tough hurdle to clear for some.
It's less of an issue with Will because he really just eats shredded cheese. So he just kind of goes with the flow. The menu doesn't mean anything to that kid.
Yeah. Like it's when he gets upset, if you just take, and this is for anyone, if you're with Will and he gets upset, just find a bowl, fill it with shredded cheddar cheese.
Tillamook, though.
Is it Tillamook or Tillahook?
Tillamook. He likes the expensive cheese.
Yeah,
he likes the shred on that.
He appreciates the finer things.
He does.
You give that kid a bowl of cheddar and a spoon.
He's happy.
Bam.
And some cucumbers and Chick-fil-A ranch.
Chick-fil-A ranch. You'll actually go through the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A and request extra ranch. You have a drawer in our kitchen.
Well, do you know they now sell it at Publix? So I actually bought a bottle of Chick-fil-A ranch, and it's going to go in the cooler.
But you know what Jackson loves? Will's Chick-fil-A ranch. Jax loves Chick-fil-A sauce.
I didn't get any Chick-fil-A sauce because we're not having chicken nuggets.
That's okay. But we're talking about rounding out the whole grocery list. I think one key item to include, in addition to breakfast food, lunch food, dinner food, yes, we keep some. Oh, so I was saying you have evolved because normally you would laminate the meal. We stopped doing that because some people will get fixated. Maybe there are some tears. Not so much. But now you're just bringing a dry erase board, which I think is flipping brilliant. So you're just going to magnet that dry erase board on the refrigerator. And then the thing that I'm going to love about it even more, because, in college, like I worked in a restaurant, you worked in a restaurant in college, like you could even write, like when we're out of eggs, like 86 eggs. Yeah, that's
that might confuse the children. We probably shouldn't do that. And I don't know if I'm going to put it on the refrigerator. I was actually looking for a picture stand. I thought it would be nice. I think we have one somewhere in this house, and I was going to just like display it. I don't know. I'll figure that piece out.
A picture stand. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you'll have it up like on the island. So when someone walks in, like to a Team Chaos diner, it's like, hey, like what's for breakfast? Oh, just look at the dry erase board.
It's what's on the counter.
Yeah, it's going to be hey, today we're having yogurt, granola, and berries. Rock and roll.
It's really more for dinner. For breakfast, they're going to just eat what we put on the counter.
It's just. But okay, so last point we'll make about the groceries is Gatorade and water. Gatorade and water. We have a pallet of bottled water. We have a pallet of Gatorade because...
And 3 12-packs of bubbly water.
You mean champagne?
No. I mean like the water.
You have
like bubbly, like LaCroix.
So you got a couple cases of LaCroix, some regular
They're buy two, get one at Publix.
BOGO.
BOGO.
You love that.
Well, buy two, get one.
What is
BOGO's buy one, get one.
All right.
The s'more pack was buy one, get
Buy
one.
two, get one. I can't even do an acronym for that. Doesn't even make no sense. But it's buy two, get one. So it's kind of like you walk away with three. We don't need to get it. No. But the reason we're getting the water, the bubbly water, the Gatorade is because of the egg water, right?
Florida water.
Florida water has a personality. It has a very distinct taste. We say we still will make coffee with it.
And cook with it.
We'll boil noodles with it. But as its own standalone bevy, I think
do not put it in my water bottle.
It's a hard pass.
No.
You don't? Or you don't have a, excuse me, you don't have a water bottle. This makes me think about hockey. You have a Stanley Cup?
I do, because I always want to be prepared to protect myself and my children at any time as well. That thing can be a weapon.
No, so, I mean, is it a 64-ounce cup or?
It's 40. I think it's 40. So if I drink 2 a day, it's 80 ounces.
Okay. And you like the Stanley Cup in particular because even though you can hold a small swimming pool inside of it, it still somehow fits in an American-made cup holder in your American car.
It fits in my car cup holder.
Okay. And 2 of those, is 80 ounces of water the correct amount for the day?
It feels sufficient.
Feels good.
For me.
Okay.
I don't know. There's some calculation you can do based on like your body weight, and there's some device. Or
I need like 240 ounces for the. I need like 3x Amanda.
Something like that.
Something like that, James.
Something like that.
I'm a stout man. Husky individual. Strong.
You just want to stay hydrated.
Fuerte. Yeah. Give me 240 ounces of water. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, my friends.
You can overhydrate, though. You have to be careful.
You can overhydrate, and you also, it's a misnomer. You cannot hydrate with beer. Is that correct?
That's
Even
correct,
if it's Coors Light.
We don't do that on family vacation because when you're in the trenches with the kids, you got to hydrate with water.
No, you have to be able to execute at a high level.
And they will run you to the ground.
When you're dealing with 6 kids because we haven't even gotten to the beach yet. Like, there's the road trip. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, well, once we get there, I want to say the first flying, I feel more exhausted after a vacation with my children than I did before the vacation itself. And I think maybe that's true for anyone. So, okay, you hit the grocery store, you get your water, you get your Gatorade, you get your food. I think one thing that you do, which the children also love, is because we really try not to stop, right? Because we do have the bigger cars with the bigger gas tanks. If we fill up, we can make it 6 hours without having to stop for the gasoline. That doesn't mean that we make children TT in bottles, right? Well, like if someone needs to go to the bathroom, we'll stop.
I want one stop, no more.
You want one stop?
One stop. If you have to stop more than one time, then you didn't use the restroom when we told you to.
It's like when I fly. I'm all about a direct flight. Like if I'm going to have to stop, direct, but all right, fine, a single stop. But multi-stops, the worst. The worst. So we try it. We are flexible when we say one bathroom stop. But you will make activity bags for all the kids, which I think is brilliant. What goes into an activity bag for you?
Lots of sugar. Lots of sugared candy, and then sticker books and coloring.
So we're talking like usually there's some variety of like Sour Patch Kids, something like that, maybe some Skittles, and then you'll do some like doodle books, some Mad Libs.
Right.
Just fun, kind of like little activity books.
Or just go to Amazon and put like travel games for kids.
Right. Because like I have like, unlike me, you don't have the DVD player in the car. Like I just broke down and said, forget it. I'm just going to get the DVD player, throw in a movie. Which is the wrong approach. We all know adults and kids like there's too much screen time these days. Play 60, right? But I broke down. I got the DVD player when the kids were young because I was just on a 5-hour trip. Sometimes you don't want to hear people scream. But I have noticed when they have your activity bags, which they adore. Like I mean, when it's time to go on a road trip, the first thing. It's almost like Christmas morning in a stocking. The kids will go to the car to see if you put together their activity bags. They love it. They adore it. So thank you for that. But what I have found is on these road trips, when they have these activity bags, they don't even ask me to turn on the DVD player. They're doing activities and we're playing like car games and we're talking. It's kind of like when I used to go on trips with my parents. It's actually kind of nice. Like we interact. So we haul it down there. 6 hours, try to do it in one stop, food, water. We get there, we unpack. I mean, that's item number one. Get there, we unpack. And I think the other cool thing about St. George and Cape San Blas, and I'm sure they have this at other places, the rental company that we've been using, which is Cape and Coast, capeandcoast.com. They're also partnered with Vacay Gear. Mm-hmm. So we rent, beach chair. We bring our own cabana, which
our
is
sunshade.
Yeah,
like
the sunshade.
Sun tent.
And the brand of that, isn't it Cool Cabanas? Like, cool people cabanas. Always comment, you found that.
Cool Cabanas, yeah.
It's like the easiest. It's not like the Coleman tent where you have to like do this like crazy setup. I think you even picked it because it is just like super easy to set up. And lightweight. But we don't bring chairs. We don't bring umbrellas. We rent that stuff. Bikes, chairs. We rent that through Vacay because Cape and Coast, if you rent through them, you get a credit, like a $250 credit. Then we put that towards the gear, and then we don't have to pack the gear. So we have more room for kids and food. And I think that's awesome because like we get there and it's like, hey, all we have to do is unpack, and they've already delivered.
And they pick it up at the end of your trip as well. Right.
I love that. I think that's pretty clutch.
And I do also like that Cape and Coast provides beach towels. So for the number of, if your home can occupy 12 people, it will have 12 beach towels. So it has regular towels plus beach towels. Fair. So you don't have to pack all those as well. Yep. Which is really like very nice. Totally.
So once there, like I said, we bring everything, we get unpacked. We love to go fishing, right? So like if we get into the Pompano or whatever it is, like that's what you were saying, we might call an audible one night for dinner and we'll make the hush puppies and the Pompano. But like we also don't cook every meal. Right. Right. And we know that a lot of people, right? Maybe you don't want to cook every meal, of course, right? Like it is kind of, it's supposed to be vacation. Like mom and dad need a break too, unless kids, you want to get in here and show us your skill set that you can like throw down a quesadilla.
I mean, I would say probably most people would end up going out to dinner on vacation because mom and dad need a break. But for us to take 6 kids to a restaurant is just chaos. So.
Oh no.
To go food. That's our go.
To Gizzo. We love a carryout.
We do.
We love a carryout. But if we do, we will go to a restaurant, provided that there is some type of distraction.
Space.
For the kids and space. And when I say distraction, I don't mean, here, kid, watch my iPhone while I eat. And I'm not saying that to be judgy. No. Right? But there are places that... I want to say like have like a playground in the middle of them.
So they cater to a family. They cater to a family.
So let's like on St. George, what are your 1 or 2 favorite places like it's to get takeout for the kids?
I love the pizza place. You've said that I have never been there because I always stay with the kids and you brave the pizza place because it's very, very small.
This is okay. It's the name of this place. This is,
isn't it BJ's Pizza?
Yeah, BJ's Pizza and Subs. Right. Awesome spot. Right. And the kids love the pizza.
But Will, one thing besides shredded cheese, Will is also a pizza connoisseur. Loves Fellini's here in Atlanta.
Oh, for sure.
But adores this pizza.
Well, part of, I think half the ingredient of pizza is cheese. So that makes sense.
But they have pizza that passes the Will test.
Yeah, that's huge.
I love that place.
BJ's Pizza and Subs.
Sometimes the wait can be a little long because it's so good.
Sure.
And everybody wants to do takeout pizza, especially like when you first get there. Saturday or Sunday are typically the check-in days. So those are higher volume days for wait times.
Well, and also, too, it's not like there's on St. George Island. I mean, I think this island is maybe 7 to 8 miles long.
There's no Domino's.
Yeah, there's not a Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and BJ's.
No, there's just BJ's.
There's basically BJ's, and I think there's one other pizza place. But I don't think we've been to that one because BJ's was...
Why would we go there when this one's so good?
Suggested. But Will actually said it's the best beach pizza ever.
That's pretty big.
It's a big deal.
Right. So I like BJ's Pizza and I love Weber's Donuts, but that's a breakfast spot.
But I think I think you get most excited when we were going to St. George because we've been there like 3 or 4 times now because we love it so much because it is so very different from our other Florida experiences. And I think Weber's is really neat because they literally, don't they make donuts fresh every day except for
they make them every day fresh. And
I was going to say, like, what day? They're not open every day, though, right?
I don't know. They have different hours. They have seasonal hours, but they do make them fresh every day. And basically what they make is what they sell. And when they run out, they're out. And they have a certain amount of flavors that they make daily. And as they go through the line, they mark those flavors off the chart. So if you get there at 10, you're probably going to miss out on the really good stuff. So you have to get there early and wait in line.
So like, it's I love barbecue, and when people ask me about St. George, and because who doesn't love a fresh donut in the morning, and James, like, where are you going with barbecue and donuts? What's the correlation there?
Yeah, I'm wondering.
So here it is. So they're places. So like when I think of, even though I haven't been, I hear of Franklin Barbecue in Austin, where it's literally like, it's so popular. The line forms in the morning before the restaurant even opens. And when they open, it's like if the restaurant opens at 11, the line's forming at 9, and then people are waiting to get the brisket. And as soon as they're sold out, it's done.
Right.
Go home. And that's so Little Weber's is like donuts that way. Right? They open, I think, at 7 or 7:30 in the morning. So I was just looking at their website. They're closed on Sunday and Monday. Right? But then they're open Tuesday through Saturday. And they open on the days that they're open at 7:30. But because you've been, the line starts. I mean, you get out there at like 6:30.
Oh, yeah. And you're not at the front of the line. There's people who bring camping chairs.
Right. Other thing, too, cash only.
Cash only.
So you can't roll up and be like, oh, you got Apple Pay.
But I think it's only 12. How much is it a dozen? $16 for a dozen of donuts?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's not crazy. They're but at the same time, donuts. If you're in line for an hour and a half and then you roll up, you're like, you got Apple Pay?
Oh, yeah. Say no.
You take Amex? They're going to say no. And you know what you're not going to get? Donuts.
No. Mm-mm.
You're not going to get donuts. No. They're just not going to give it to you. But they do post like their menu online. It's cute. They usually do like, hey, today's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
Remember those cute little llama ones they have?
Yeah, so they're like, hey, here's the peanut butter jelly donut.
They're so cute.
Today's National Banana Day.
They're beautiful donuts.
Yeah, they're very artisanal.
Mm-hmm. I do like the Fruity Pebble one. That one's one of my favorite.
You love that. So yeah, no, I think BJ's Pizza is great, but like Weber's, I think anything else, it's expect wait times at these places. And the other thing about BJ's we found doing the takeout is that because most of the rentals are, so I'd say St. George, I'm sure there are places that have like a 2 or 3 night rental, but most of them are like 1 week minimum stay.
Saturday to Saturday or Sunday to Sunday.
And so like you said a second ago, Saturdays and Sundays are typically their busiest days because that's when people are arriving or people are departing and they want something easy. But even on regular days, I feel like they take their phone off the hook. And again, no judgment, but they take their phone off the hook around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. So if you want to get that takeout order, you kind of need to call it in at 5 while the phones are still active because they get so busy that they just disconnect them and they'll reconnect them like around 8 or 8 o'clock that night. So if you call in early 5 o'clock, great. You're still driving down. You're still picking it up. But if you try to call and it's disconnecto, you're walking in.
If you call at 5, you can say, I'm going to pick it up at 6.
Sure, you can do that.
Which is nice. It's a little treat.
But if you did what I did, it's already disconnected. You can still drive down. You can still go stand in line. But when you do that, you put in your order, you're going to wait about 45 minutes. Now,
and you're leaving your wife home with all those 6 kids.
But the great news is they're just so happy and blessed to be at the beach that they're almost grateful that you left. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. No. Fellas, if you need to escape for about 45 minutes to an hour, volunteer to get the pizza. if you're climbing the walls, like let's just call a spade a spade. If you just, man, I need
a break from your family.
I need a break. I mean, you guys are so great. I just can't take this much love. This love is suffocating me. Good news is you have about a 60 to 90 minute opportunity here.
Be the martyr and go get dinner.
I'll go get dinner.
I'll do it.
Hold on. I'll do it. I'll drive in my air conditioned Ford Expedition down there and get it. And so the thing is, here's the fun part, dads. You get down there, you're captive. You put in your pizza order. They have not a full bar, but they have 6 or 7 beers on tap. But they'll also take your cell phone number. You want to know the play. Here's the play. You walk across the street You just cross the street from BJ's.
Is this what you do? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, look, hey, is it better to know
share with
or
friends.
not know? Yeah.
Share with friends.
I love you.
I'm getting pizza next time.
Yeah, you get the pizza next time. You stay with these kids, James. You give the people at BJ's your cell phone number, and you cross the street and you walk over to Mango Mike's. Now, Mango Mike's has more than beer. They have a full bar, but it's also it's a cool spot because it's covered, but it's open pavilion. It's kind of like a big covered pavilion sports bar.
Right. It's on the beach too.
No, it's not directly on the beach. It's a little set back.
This is Mango Mike's.
The other place,
yeah.
I want to talk about that place next because I think that place is awesome.
Right.
But Mango Mike's is set back from the beach, but it's open air. But they have cornhole, they have a grassy area. So there's cornhole if the kids want to play cornhole. If I had my kids with me, you're obviously at home with the kids. But there's cornhole, there's Connect 4, and there's 12, 15 TVs. With all the sports action you want.
You look so happy talking about it.
You can get a rum punch. You can get an umbrella drink. You can get a beer. And then, oh, I have a text from BJ's. Pizza's ready. Let me close out.
No wonder it takes so long for you to go get pizza.
Well, you've noticed whenever I bring the pizza back, it's still hot and fresh. I don't sit there and imbibe it takes a while. But the other place that you brought up, so there is a place, it's called the Blue Parrot.
Yes.
So the Blue Parrot, that's the awesome seafood place. And that is right on the beach. That is directly on, actually, I think it's the only oceanfront, I believe it's the only oceanfront restaurant on St. George. But it's really cool because it has great seafood, number one. Number two, it's on the beach. So infinite playground, right? If the kids want to get up and run around, it's just like, hey, go run around at the beach and mom and dad can just sit there and, talk and have a cocktail.
Yeah.
And the kids can run around on the beach. And then when the food comes, it's like, hey, kids, come on back.
That's what you would envision it to be because we've never actually done that with our children.
Right. Yeah. But I've seen other people.
We don't dare.
I brought my kids there one time. I think you went back early because maybe my kids got sick and someone else didn't get sick. I don't know. But there was one day I remember I took just my 4.
Oh, that was probably influenza.
Yeah, I think that was the flu trip.
Influenza, yep.
Yes, the trip of influenza.
That was great.
And I took my 4 there. And it's not like the food took forever. I mean, it wasn't that crowded and it was just like lunch. But they were just like, hey, can we go play on the beach while we wait for the food? I'm like, game on. Hit it. The other cool thing about that place is so let's just say you're traveling sans kids, which is a fancy way of saying without children. There's a tiki bar at the Blue Parrot. Now, there is no food service. But the tiki bar is right on the beach. So you can go up to the tiki bar and you can get your Tahiti Sweetie or your Bahama Mama or your daiquiri or, whatever it is you want to drink, your pina colada. You want a margarita? You want to waste away again in Margaritaville? You do all that there. But there is no. I thought it was weird. They don't do food service. So I went there. Matt, your brother-in-law, and we were there on another trip and we needed an escape. So we went over to the Blue Parrot and we sat at the tiki bar. And I just said, hey, can I get, an order of conch fritters to go with this blue Hawaiian mango margarita?
And they said no.
And they're like, no food. I'm like, really? Just booze? All right. I'll deal with that. I'll be a martyr on that one.
Sounds like a nice place to go.
Yeah, it's lovely. We should go there sometime.
Maybe I should be able to go there sometime. That sounds fun.
Together. And I think the other home run for us, or at least for us, tell me if I'm wrong, maybe you would agree. I think for our fur baby, Rennie, St. George is great. She loved what? Why are you?
It is her happy place.
Why did you just make us sad
face? She loves it so much because she's the sweetest little thing sitting here laying between us. And I love her so. And I love that we can take her with us. For those people whose animal is part of their family, which ours is, you don't want to have to board them for a week or worry about having them to stay with somebody or, put them in a doggy daycare for a whole week. You want them to come with your family. And this is the best place to do that because not only are the majority of the homes pet friendly, and the homes that are pet friendly are very nice homes. So
Yeah, no, they are. And I mean, to your point, so Cape and Coast, I looked at because they have houses in St. George. They have houses in San Blas. They
Indian
have houses in
Pass.
Indian
Yep,
Pass,
Mexico
I believe
Beach.
Mexico Beach. But on St. George, it's not like they have 6 houses. They have over 70 properties on St. George. When I say properties, I don't mean empty lots. They have 70 homes that you can rent on St. George. And I looked, if it's pet friendly on the website, it has a little paw print.
Did you export them into an Excel?
I thought about it.
Okay.
I thought about exporting them by bedrooms and paw prints, but no, and sort and do a pivot
Sort and
table.
filter.
But I did, sort, filter, pivot table, and then by price. But no, I didn't. Of course, I didn't do that. But no, it's if they had 70 homes on their website, I'm telling you, like 65 of them had paw prints. Majority pet friendly.
They are. And every home we've rented has been beautiful
Right.
and they have been pet friendly. And one thing that's great for us is a lot of times there's restrictions on your dog's weight. There's not weight restrictions. So our little lady who's like
Very petite.
She's very petite. She's slender. She's about 50 pounds. She can come with us and she can be on the beach. And I think that the rule is that you have to have control of your dog at all times. So
Yeah.
we'll bring her out in the summer. We don't bring her as often because it does get real hot. But when we go in like the winter and in spring break, she just comes and hangs on the beach with us all day. She has an e-collar. She has a retractable leash. We take her off it when there's nobody around because there is that privacy piece that we love so much that the houses are spaced out so people are not on top of you. So she'll run in the water. She'll bury her shells. She'll bury herself in the sand and she's a happy little camper and we get to bring her with us and she loves it.
Yeah. And so to your point, if you go to retiredsouthern.com and you pull up the article, St. George Island, the Forgotten Coast, I actually included a link if you want to get into the fine print, because you were mentioning like, well, does it have to be on a leash or just in control? So St. George Island is in Franklin County, which, okay, so what? But Franklin County apparently prides itself on its pet ordinance. It's like benefit of the doubt goes to the dog.
Always should.
But it's if you read the ordinance, it's very clear, as clear as legalese can be. But it's not that your dog has to be leashed. Your dog just has to be under control. Mm-hmm. And you can be under control by voice command. Mm-hmm. You can be voice controlled by an e-collar, and you can certainly be under control by a leash. But it's not, I think it's interesting and slightly unique in that it's not leash mandatory. It's under control.
And all of the other pets there, like all of the other owners are all pet friendly. So everyone is very friendly and very social with their dogs. Last time we were there, our neighbors that were staying in the house next to us had the sweetest little white lab, and Rennie, and I can't remember her name. I think it might have been Marley, but they were playing together and would see each other in the morning, and they brought their dog on the beach, and
Yeah.
it's just great.
No, I think that's one of the reasons why we like it so much is because of the pet friendliness. And like you said, we do like to travel with Rennie. I think so our friends, Eddie and Rebecca and their kids, they're going to St. George in a couple of weeks. And Eddie asked me about it. And I was like, oh, let me give you the article on St. George. But one thing that we didn't put in the article that I think we both really enjoyed is light up your night, bonfires.
Love it.
Yeah. So you can't just go out on the beach. Now, so I guess because I know we have a rental coming up, or we've had a rental that has like a fire pit. But
it's not on the beach.
But it's not on the beach. And so some of the rental homes may have fire pits, but you can't just go out and start a bonfire on the beach unless you have a permit. The good thing about this company, it's called Light Up Your Night Bonfires. Mm-hmm. They basically come to you with the bonfire, and they have the permits, and they have all the stuff.
Well, it's run by Jan Michael, who is local there.
Yes.
And I think his dad lives on St. George Island.
I believe so.
And so he comes himself.
It's John Michael, right?
I think it's Jan Michael.
Oh, yeah, right.
And he comes himself and he sets it up, and he's so kind, and he brings like a football, and he makes sure that your fire's taken care of, sets it all up for you, and then takes it down.
And they have different packages.
Yeah.
So like if you want the smaller package with 6 chairs or the larger package with 12 chairs, They'll do s'mores. They don't do s'mores. Like
he brings a trash can for you.
Trash can, water, Bluetooth
everything.
speaker. Jan Michael. How do you spell his first name? Come on, let's.
Jan.
Jan. So you're saying Jan? Does he? Jan Michael? Jan Michael. But he really is just. I mean, he's just he's a nice guy.
Great business.
And also, no, it's a wonderful business idea. But they come at sunset. Right. So it's not like, hey, we're just going to do this at 2:00 in the afternoon. They come at sunset. They set everything up, and he won't, it's not like one of these people. It's like having like, who's this guy who's just like kind of like hanging around, like staring at my sister-in-law. It's not like that at all. Like he gets everything set up. He's like, when you go to a really good restaurant and like the wait staff knows when to show up and when to go away, that's Jen Michael.
Yep.
He comes, he's like super charismatic, like, hey guys, like,
Jacob loves him.
Jacob loves him.
Yeah.
Like, let's get everything set up, gets the fire going. And he's like, everything looks good. Peace. Because, he's not just doing your fire, probably. No. So he's going to like run down to someone else's fire and check their wood, or do whatever. Like, hey, do you have enough mushrooms? And then he comes
back to make sure that you're...
Did I say mushrooms?
You did, but he comes back to make sure that your fire goes for your full allotted time. Mm-hmm. So whether you do like a 2-hour or whatever, 3-hour bonfire, he makes sure that things are running the whole time that you have reserved.
Yeah. So awesome. And so I told Eddie about that because they're going, but I did tell Eddie, I was like, look, Jan Michael is great and Light Up Your Night Bonfires is freaking awesome, but don't show up and like go online and expect you're going to get them the same day. They do book up, especially like if you're thinking about, and if you're planning a trip, and by the way, Jan Michael does St. George and he does Cape San Blas. He goes to both places.
Yes.
But if you just roll up, especially on a holiday week, and you say, and you go on the website and it's 4th of July week and you think you're going to get him, I'm doing the Dikembe Mutombo. No.
It's not going to happen.
You got to get on that website and you got to book early. And I know we talked a lot about them, but I'm happy to give these people an unsolicited shout out. They're not paying me to do it. Cape and Coast, CAPE and Coast.com. Best rental company I've ever used, ever. And we've rented every time we've gone to St. George or San Blas. We have only used them, and we've never stayed at the same house more than once.
Nope.
And not because it's like, oh, the one house that we wanted was taken all the time. We were just kind of like, well, hey, they have all these different options. Let's try a couple different houses and see ones that we like. But I don't know, you tell me. I feel like we haven't had a bad experience yet.
I think their service is fantastic. You can call them. We went there one time and we were out of propane, right, for the gas. Right. We were out of the gas for the gas grill.
Stuff happens.
They showed up within like an hour.
Yeah.
And they were like, we've got you fixed. There was something wrong with the deck. There was like the deck was on one of the properties. Some of the nails had come up and the kids were like hitting their legs. And so they sent someone out because there was also like an issue with the dryer. Yep. So they sent the guy out and he was like, what else can we do for you? And he just stuck around and he was like, oh, let me fix this. He was letting the kids hammer everything into the deck. Like so friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one house we had that had an elevator, and there was like an issue with the elevator. And they're like, yep, no, be right out there. Pool heater wasn't working. Oh, yep, we're out. We're on it.
Fix it.
They give you a number to text. There's a number to call. Even on a Sunday, they get it done. You know what they do? What I love? They do what they say they're going to do.
And the properties are beautiful.
They are really nice.
Yeah.
But they also have them at different price points. They have first row homes. They have second row homes, third row. So it's not all just like blah, like, the most expensive place right on the beach and blah. Houses with pools, houses without pools, hot tub, no hot tub. I mean, with 70 properties just on St. George alone, you get a lot of good variety. So yeah, I mean, we're going to hit the road tomorrow.
I mean, we've already reserved for Thanksgiving. Every single time I'm telling you, every time we go there, we book our next trip.
Yeah.
When we were there for spring break, we went ahead and we booked our trip for Thanksgiving because we love it so much that we don't want to be anywhere else. So we went ahead and booked a trip.
We were literally in St. George in April, which I don't know what was in the water, but pompano. Those things were running up and down the beach. I think we had pompano every night. It
was because Will was wearing his lucky fishing shirt that you got him.
Oh, my God. Single tear.
Don't wash it.
Proud stepdad moment. Oh, he loves that fishing shirt. He doesn't want to wash it. He's a very superstitious young man.
Well, it says on the shirt, don't wash.
Bingo, there it is.
Rule follower.
So, look, I'm excited not only to kick off summer with you, I'm so excited to kick off Southern Character with you. Thank you so much, my beautiful, beautiful wife, for being on the very first episode. I can't wait for these other episodes to come out with your mom, Enneagram Nan. There's my friend Randy Livingston. I actually am interviewing one of the most prominent new chefs in Eastern Tennessee, David Roll. There's so much fun stuff coming up in this season. You can find everything on retiresouthern.com. We have articles, just really interesting content. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. It's all there. Amanda, let's do this. Let's do this. Are you jacked?
Road trip.
Road trip. All right, guys. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for listening so much. Bye.